Hi there. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through the steps of how to submit your graded assignments in your Math 071 class. So again, the assignment that I chose here in Unit 1, I just chose this very first one here, Preview and Practice Reducing Radicals. So just quickly, in order to access the file itself, you have to click on the ellipses over here on the right, download the file, and like I mentioned in the what to submit video, you can do one of two things. You can print this document off and work through it as you watch the video and check yourself by the solution key that's just below here in Blackboard. Or you can pull out a sheet of notebook paper and as you're watching the video and checking yourself by the solution key, you can just be sure on that plain sheet of notebook paper you title it for me, Reducing Radicals, and then you write down example 1 and be sure you show your work through A through H. And then for this one it only has 2 examples, so then you come over to example 2 and you show your work through A through L. Okay, so I have already done that for this particular assignment, and typically what I do at that point is I usually take I have to do one of two things. You can take pictures with your smartphone camera, that is mostly available. I'm sure readily available for many folks. And then another option is that actually an option that I prefer is to download a scanner app onto your phone. The one that I have is just called Scanner. Make sure that it's free. Cam Scanner is a common one that I see folks use. I've also used Genius Scan in the past. The nice thing about the Scanner app on your phone is that it accesses the camera on your phone, and then once you've taken all your pictures, it compiles it all into one file, and it makes it a PDF file. And PDF files are super easy to download, and for me as an instructor to be able to view and grade your work whenever that time comes. So I highly recommend a scanner app. Maybe even some of you might have a printer or you might have an actual scanner. Utilize those resources. Work smarter, not harder. Because you do see me each week for the seated Math 171 class, you're also more than welcome to submit your Math 071 assignments in class, just as long as you do it before the due date. Okay, you wouldn't receive any penalty points for just submitting in class. But nevertheless, here are the steps for submitting in class, submitting online. So what I've done here with this particular assignment is I printed it off. I did page 1 with it printed off, and then I did page 2 on a separate sheet of notebook paper, just so you would get a flavor for what they would both look like and that both are acceptable. Um, and then, like I said, I did 2 ways. I took pictures of it and emailed them to myself. So I emailed those pictures to my Cape Fear email account, and then I also used the scanner app just so that everyone could see what that looked like as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up my email, and you can see that these are the 2 files. So I'll click on this first email. This is what the scan would look like. And so you can see here, here's my first page. I've just printed it off and I've shown my work up here. I know it's a little light. You do have to sometimes be careful with that and scanners. And then here's page 2. Okay, and I titled it Reducing Radicals. And like I said, page 2 just had one example on it. So here's example 2. Example 2 required more work. Okay, so here's where I showed the majority of my work. As you work through this, if you choose to do this particular assignment yourself, you'll see that, yep, example 1 really doesn't require that much work, but example 2 would require a little bit more work. So, but as you can see here, it's all in one file. And so I've clicked on it now. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to hit download. And it's downloading down here at the bottom. I'm going to click on that again. And I'm going to unfortunately have to click download again. And then I am going to call this Unit 1 Submission 1, and I'm going to put it on my desktop, just so that in a few minutes it'll be right where it'll be easily accessible for me, and I hit save. And so now that is there for me. I'm going to go back to my email, and there we go. Go back to my email, my inbox, and I'm going to click on the other email that I had sent to myself with the 2 pictures. And so you can see here now I have 2 files, so I will click to download both of those. They are both JPEG files. Blackboard seems to be accepting these just fine. And so here again, you can see my picture is a lot clearer here in terms of not being as light as the scan ended up being. And that's just, just sometimes just how you position your camera. I'm going to click on these ellipses up here, and I am going to save as right up here at the top. And I am also going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to call this Unit 1 Submission 2, Page 1, and save. Close that out. Then I'm going to, here's my second page, and I click on my ellipses, save as, and I go to desktop. I'm going to call this Unit 1 Submission 2, page 2, and click save. So now I have them. Now I'm ready to navigate back to my class, and I'm ready to submit. And so what that looks like is that you'll click on the graded assignments folder. You're ready to submit your Unit 1 graded assignments. Now, of course, you can't submit the same assignment twice, but like I said, I just want to give you a flavor for, what did it look like in using the scanner versus using the using your regular phone taking pictures, and that Blackboard would accept both. So Unit 1 Submission 1, I clicked on the assignment itself. You click over here and it says View Assessment. Over here on the left, it tells you what you can submit, and so it tells you can submit any of the notes and previews from your Unit 1, any of the labs, or your Math 171 practice review quizzes. All of those are acceptable. You come down here to this box, and then it'll allow you over here, you'll click on the paperclip, and that allows you to attach a file. Click there, and I'm just going to navigate here to my desktop, and I have Unit 1 Submission 1. I'm just going to double click on that, and it allows you to change the name at that point if you'd like to. I think that's sufficient. And you can also write a message to me if you needed to say anything about the assignment, and then you're ready to hit submit. You will get a little alert here that's telling you after you submit you can't edit it. If something happened and you needed to, you found a mistake after you submitted, just send me an email, and you can simultaneously, as you send me the email, you can just upload the new file to it if something happens. I'm just going to go ahead and hit submit. This pop-up will come up and tell you that your submission was successful. It'll give you a date and a confirmation, and it will also send you an email. And so you can download that if you like. I'm just going to choose to hit close. And you can also come down here and you will see it says View Submission. So I think that's a nice feature, and should give us a preview down here. It's a nice way to check behind yourself at this stage. I'll show you another way to check behind yourself as well. But anyway, this is showing where I printed it off, and I did page 1 on the actual document itself, and page 2 handwritten, and I just titled it at the top. And so that one is fully submitted. So, and then if I wanted to come down here into my graded assignments and I'm ready to submit Unit 1 Submission 2, I'll click on that underlined link there, View Assessment, come down here to the submission box. You have to click in the box and then click on the paperclip. So here, if you remember, these were the 2 pictures that I just took with my camera phone. So it's in 2 pages. So you can click page 1, for example. Again, it's allowing me to change the name if I like. I'm just going to hit save, and so it's showing you the picture there, and then I'm just going to click that attachment again. You can move your cursor down here below so that even page 2 will be underneath it, and then I'm going to hit page 2, and I'm just going to hit save again. So you'll notice here you've got page 1, there you've got page 2. So that's giving you a nice preview here on the front end. Once you've got all of your pages, again, if there were more pages, then just keep hitting that attachment and the paperclip there, and keep attaching as many pages as you have. Once you've got all of your pages, hit submit. It's going to tell you again, are you making sure you're ready to submit? I'm just going to go ahead and hit submit at that point. Again, I'm getting that success. It's giving me a confirmation number telling me when I submitted. I'm not going to download it, but you can go back here to view your submission. This would be what I would be able to see, and give it just a second. So there's my page 1, and here's my page 2. So that would be what you would be able to see, and then I would be providing you feedback. One final way to check behind yourself is if you can click on Gradebook. There we go. You will come over here and you'll see Unit 1 Submission 1. It's showing as submitted, and Unit 1 Submission 2 is also showing as submitted. Okay, so once you see that, that's at least letting you know there that that's been submitted. I highly recommend that you go wait it out and make sure that you can see those previews yourself in the actual submission area. I think that's the best way to see it there. I'm not sure what the emails will show you. trying to think if there's anything else you need to know about submitting. Again, if something happens and you have any trouble with Blackboard and you can't submit, you're right up against a due date, send me an email. But go ahead and attach it. Don't say, well, I can't get Blackboard to work, so I hadn't submitted. Well, if you can send me an email, then you can upload the file to the email. Okay, so go ahead and cover yourself and get things turned in that way. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks a lot. Bye.